We're still talking about the truth making you free. But first, before the truth can make us free, we got to know what the truth of the Bible is. And the truth of the Bible is, you are the Israelites.
That's right.
That's who you are. That's your nationality, right? Because for us, this Bible is a fairy tale. Because a lot of it you don't believe. That's why you don't believe you're a Christian, right? You're not a Christian because you don't believe, right? Because how we got growing up, what we understand about the Bible is what the white man gave us.
Right, bring it out.
The white man does not own this Bible. He did not write this Bible. This Bible was not written to him or for him. He picked up our history book because the Bible is not a religious book. It's a history book. It teaches us who we are, what we've been through, what we're going to go through, because it's prophetic, right? It tells us our dress code, what we eat, how we act, how we do ceremonies, all of it. It's our history book and it's our law book. It's who we are, it's our heritage. But the white man picked it up and said that you are the Gentile, that Christ is white, that God is white. Everything that's right in the world is white. But that's not what the Bible says. You can't find a white Christ in the Bible. You cannot find a white God in the Bible. You cannot find a white angel or a white prophet in the Bible. All of them. From Adam all the way to now. The prophets are the Israelites. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody else. Right? But watch this. Read.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 3, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
Are we not still in captivity? What makes you think we're still in captivity? Because a lot of people don't think we're still in captivity. What makes you think we're still in captivity? I'm going to show you. Watch this. Deuteronomy, you can drop that. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. I'm going to show you how we're still in captivity.
Bring it out.
Right? Because you're absolutely right. I'm glad you said yes. Because a lot of people think that we're free.
Right.
But if a police officer come up to you right now and say, hey, Heaven, let me see your ID, what you gonna do? Exactly. If they come up here like, hey, y'all gotta pack this up and y'all gotta leave. They're telling us what to do, right? You see what I'm saying? Cop get behind you and pull it. You got to do what you're told to do, just like on a plantation, right? You might not get whipped physically, but you're going to get whipped some other way, financially, in jail. You're going to get something. But watch this, read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Right, because we did not keep God's laws. God said we will serve our enemies.
Right.
Watch this.
Which the Lord shall send against thee, and hunger.
How do we serve our enemies in hunger? Do you know? Okay, you 16, you might do a little shopping, right? You ever bought something from Cubs? You ever bought food from Cubs? That's in hunger, right? Who own Cubs? Do you think a black man own Cubs?
Bring it up.
Do you think a black man own Walmart? Do you think a black man own McDonald's or Burger King or any other place that you want to go get food from?
Right.
No. Guess who own it? The other nations. God said that we're going to serve them for hunger. So we're still in captivity, because if we even try to grow our own food too much or get together as a community and build a community, they bomb it, they burn it down. They don't want us to sustain ourselves. They want us to go to them. Even if we buy a garden, guess where we got to get our seeds from? The white man. Guess where we got to get water from to water that garden? The white man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Watch this.
And then thirst.
And then thirst. Dasani, Aquafina, Kool-Aid, grape juice, orange juice, whatever you want to drink. Coca-Cola, Sprite. Those are white companies, right? God say, even in thirst, you're going to serve him. Come on.
And in nakedness.
Sis, you might be talented as all get out. I don't know. But I don't think you made that Carhartt jacket, did you? Or them Jordans, right? That you might look like a black company, but white people make that happen.
Right.
He said, even in nakedness, we're going to serve our oppressor. So in hunger, in thirst, and in nakedness, watch this.
and in want of all things.
And in one of all things, you 16. You looking to get a driver's license? Who you gotta ask to drive?
Bring it
The
out.
DMV, the white man.
Bring it out.
Right? I don't know, but I hopefully you're thinking about continuing education at the high school. If you go to a university, who you gotta ask to go there? The white man. You wanna get married one day? You gotta ask the white man, can you get married? You got your parents. Your parents die one day. The Lord's will you outlive your parents. Can you just go bury your parents? No. You gotta be like, Mr. White Man, can I bury my mother?
Bring it out.
You gotta get a death certificate from them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? God saying, want of all things, you want kids one day. You got to go to the hospital to have it. You got to go to the white man for a birth certificate. You got to put them in school by the white man. You got everything. God said, because we broke his laws and we don't want to serve him, we're going to serve our enemy. And the want of all things. When God said all things, he means all things. Watch this. He said, well, you know the truth? The truth is what? The laws, right? And the laws will make you free, right? Watch this. Let's get Judah, chapter 8 and verse 21. Is that what I want? 20? Watch this. Because, matter of fact, no, hold that. Let's get Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. Let's get the other flip side of the coin. Because we started at Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15, which is the curses. Right? But watch what Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1 says, which is the blessings if we do God's commandments, if we follow his laws, if we understand and know the truth and follow it. Watch this, read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
It said, if we shall hearken, if we shall listen diligently
unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
If we do all his commandments, commandments is laws, the laws is the truth, right?
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high.
God said, if you follow him and do what he says, he will set you on high, right?
Above,
where?
Above,
it says above
all nations of the earth.
He said above all nations of the earth. Above all nations of the earth. Right? Hey, how you doing, my brother? Come up, what's your name? Come and talk to me, bro. Hey, come and talk to me, bro. This is how we gonna heal our nation, bro. This is how we gonna heal our nation, right? Because, sis, we talking about the laws, right? The truth of the Bible, right? Do you know the truth of the Bible? What's your name, bro?
My name is Fabian.
Fabian. Do you know the truth of the Bible? The truth of the Bible is the laws, right? And God said, if we do the laws, we're going to be above all nations upon the face of the earth. Are we above all nations right now? No, we're not above all nations. Fabian, that's where we get shot in the middle of the street, right? Black people still get shot, right? Do we not get police brutality?
Bring it up.
You're absolutely right, and that's what we're talking about, Fabian. You said your battle is within. Watch this. Let me get Second Chronicles chapter, and I want 7. Is that humble thyself? 7:14. Watch this, Fabian. You're absolutely right. Remember, we're talking about the laws, right? And God said, if we do his commandments, right, then he will set us on high above all nations of the earth. But this is what we must do. You talking about you got a battle within, Fabian. This is what we must do to beat that battle, to win that battle. Watch this, read.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name,
he said, if my people, which is called by my name. What's your nationality, sis? Israel. You're an Israelite. El at the end of Israel means God, right?
Right.
El, my people which are called by my name, Israel, right?
Shall humble themselves.
Shall humble themselves. That's what black people don't want to do. We don't like to humble ourselves, right? Humble means to be submissive to, right? We don't want to humble ourselves. To what? To the laws of God. Don't hate, don't steal, don't kill, don't forget the Sabbath day. Wear a beard on your face, brother. Wear a dress, sis. You see what I'm saying? That's what the Bible says. But we don't want to humble ourselves. You gonna stop? Watch it. Did you know that God had a dress code for women? Well, for everybody, really. But he said that you're supposed to wear a dress. Did you know that? Right. But we gotta humble ourselves to that, which is Deuteronomy 22:5. We'll get some commandments, right? We gotta humble ourselves to that. Bro, Fabian, did you know that you're supposed to keep a full beard on your face?
Yes.
That's all you can grow? But God said you're supposed to keep one. That's humbling ourselves. You see what I mean? We gotta humble ourselves. That's the reason we're in the position that we're in right now.
Right.
God says, hey, Fabian, do this. Nope, God, I'm not gonna do that. I don't wanna do that. It's keeping us in the condition that we in. Watch this, continue reading.
And pray and seek my face.
We gotta pray to God, and the way we seek his face is by reading his word for ourselves. Read.
And turn from their wicked ways.
Turn from our wicked ways. Grow a beard on your face. Sister, wear a dress. Read.
Then will I
Then. God said then. Because you pray. Do you pray? God said once you humble yourself, seek his face and pray, then what?
will I hear from heaven,
Then he will hear you.
and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land.
Then God will heal you and hear you and heal our land and our people. That's the only way, is to turn back to God and humble ourselves, bro.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation